Oh my God.
You look amazing. I love that white, like just white everything. You just looking real pure. And here I'm over here on fire.
I love that hair. I love your hair. I have to
Yes, yes.
I am in between these stages with my little baby locks. I want to take them out today. I'm feeling like I don't know if I'm be able to.
It's very cute. You're not feeling it though.
You know what it is? I'm just used to being really kept, and I just feel like
Unkept.
yes, yes.
No, but it looks so good and it looked very kept.
Does
But I,
it?
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I get it. Like
Yeah.
this hair will take you out and you can be looking the most amazing, gorgeous you ever have in life. And you just not feeling it. I'm
Mm,
just not feeling it. So I get it.
I just
So
don't know.
starter locks.
Starter, yeah. So these are my little baby twists, my little baby
Hmm.
locks. So I'm trying. I'm just gonna try. I was telling my daughter, I was like, maybe I can get braids on top of it. I know some girls get braids over it when they're going. She was like, Ma, just take them out. Just take them out. We can try again. Like, just take them out and just because you just not feeling it. I was like,
Someone said that they got extensions instead of going through like the whole beginner baby phase. They
yeah,
just got extensions because she said, I know that I'm not gonna be able to handle
yeah.
the baby phase or the going, the tough route. So she just got extensions. And then the extensions, she got them out once her hair grew.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I want to go through the process. It's kind of almost like a journey for me,
Hmm. Spiritual.
and self-love. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
know, it's like I'm having to like really be look at myself, right? I don't have all
Hmm.
the hair here, and or
Hmm.
the hair or the braids where it's easily for you to kind of hide behind that. And I can't.
Hmm.
With this hair, I'm raw. And this
Oh,
I just happen to look at this every day. And so it's like, it's a part of that whole self love thing. So I don't want to get rid of it. So it's like, I don't know.
that is amazing. I love it. I want sister locks so bad, but I already know. I'll be bald. Like, don't even take them out. Just zip, zip,
Mm,
zip.
I know.
Right. So I'm
Yeah.
very apprehensive, but I would do something like the extension type thing
Yeah.
for myself because I already know. I
Yeah.
already know. But
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully, even if you take them out, you'll revisit it. It's just
Yeah.
life.
I'm gonna try to rock with it. I'm gonna try to rock with it. I may just do some. I love crochet, so I may just do some crochets, on top of
Hmm.
it for a while.
Hmm.
Give me some versatility for something else because I do love the journey. I just love waking up and like I don't know. My hair has always been an extension of me, but this is different because it's like I'm waking up and I'm like spraying, I'm taking care of it. I'm, doing some, not just putting it in a ponytail or, slapping it in some braids. It's like I'm really, nurturing it. And so I'm loving the process. So we'll see.
Glad that we're having this conversation because this is kind of the reason why I'm doing this.
Okay.
Having these talks with other Black women in
Mhm.
technology, in SaaS, that still go high level and that kind of thing,
Right.
because our identity is different to the world.
Mhm.
And I think that it makes it harder for us to sell the product because we're not trying to put the product forward, we're trying to put ourselves forward,
Right.
right? And
Mhm.
so, for anyone who is new to the industry, trying to get into the industry, struggling with the industry, I wanted them to have a place that they
Mhm.
could go to and hear from women like them in this space.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. I
Yeah.
love because when I started, I want to say, when high level like really, really first started, I jumped in with Mike Wayne and it was amazing. And I think there was maybe one or two other women of color. I think one was in real estate, right, that had built hers out. And I love the idea. I was so excited about it. It was so awesome. But not having that support of people or women, rather, right, that understand, what it's like. First of all, being a woman of color, Black woman, marketing and being a marketer, period, you know what I'm saying, is a whole nother conversation. But to then add SaaS to that, it's a lot more of us coming in now, like April Beverly's April Pro, I think is amazing, her AI tool. But yeah, so I'm glad that you did this because there is so many women in tech who are jumping into the SaaS or even just other things like building apps and communities and stuff. And so this is definitely needed. And I wish I had this when I first got started.
Yes. So you started with Mike Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
What was your experience like coming into, okay, so let's back up. Give me a little bit of your history.
Okay.
Like where you were before it got high level.
Right. So I started as an online entrepreneur 14 years ago. And I started in the VA space. And it really wasn't so much online back then. I remember back then, my very first website was called Homestead. I don't know if you've ever even heard of that, but that just tell you like how far back that was. And so I've been a business owner for a minute. And then transitioning from a VA to an online business manager, now I am a launch strategist and help people to do their launches. So I'm helping people to create these amazing digital products and managing their launches, or teaching them how to launch these products. So that's what I was doing before I jumped into the SaaS space. So I was already a funnel builder, already a funnel hacker, already building funnels, building memberships, courses, all the things. So I had to sign up for everything because my clients were working in a lot of different stuff. So I really I work in every system. So anything from Keep to Kartra to Entreport to Lead Pages to Kajabi, right? I was in Kajabi, living in Kajabi. That was my home system before I went to go high level. So having the experience of working in all these different systems and then being able to have a software that does everything all in one was a game changer for me. Like, I saved so much money. I cannot tell you. I still have a few systems that I keep just because I sell sales pages for things like Kajabi, and I still have some people over on ConvertKit. But for the most part, it saved me so much money without having to have all of the things and being able to have everything all in one place. So that's where I was before high level. I was using everybody and your mama, and now I'm system, and it takes care of everything, my entire business. Yeah.
So what was your strategy when you first started, and how has that changed over the years? Because it's been years now.
It has. It's been years now. Actually, it was 3 years, I think. I had a 3-year anniversary recently. And when I started with a outward SaaS, right? So I started and I launched a SaaS, and it was called Savvy Simple Funnels. And my idea behind that was to have a software for women of color. So I wanted to be able to design landing pages, sales pages, have, images and everything that represent us. Because I can remember getting started, and I could remember signing up for a lot of different stock image places, or just looking on Canva and other places to get stock images and not really seeing a lot of us. And I can remember being really frustrated, like, oh my goodness, I wish there were more pictures of women of color. And I remember back in my virtual assistant days, I had people that I went to high school with say to me, why are you always putting pictures of these, of people that don't look like you? They didn't say it that kind, but in your that's all I had back then, right? And so I just really wanted to create a space to be able to help women to do that, right? So that was what I launched back then, was a membership for women, of color, to be able to build out their funnels and be able to do it in such a way so that they can really be able to represent themselves. Fast forward to today. So now I am no longer doing the I guess, what would we call that? Would we call that, I guess, the
back end?
Right. I'm no longer doing the front end, right? So I'm no longer doing the front end of marketing and selling the Savvy Simple Funnel system, and we can
Mhm.
get it why. But now what I'm doing is I'm doing more of the back end stuff. And so now whenever I'm doing these projects where I'm working on a launch or helping people to create and sell these digital products, I'm introducing them to high level, right?
Mhm.
And so what I'm doing is I'm introducing them to high level in such a way that I'm letting them see, like, this is a system that I'm using. These are the sales pages that I'm using. I'm doing these things. And I'm giving them the option to either sign up with high level directly. And me and my team help them to set up their system that way, or
Mhm.
have the opportunity to come into my system. 9 times out of 10, people choose to come into my system because I have the sales pages, the funnels, everything already built out for them.
Mhm.
And they get all of those really nice designs that they see whenever I'm marketing. They want to really be able to have those things, right? And so 9 times out of 10, if I am, doing a done for you type program or service or whatever, then people typically just come into my system on the back end of it. Some people decide, oh, I like this, but I would rather have my own system, and that's still fine. I'll build it out and, build high level out in their system. And then what I do is I just sell them my sales pages, my landing pages, my funnels, and stuff like that. So, it just depends on which way they go. I'm no longer trying to redirect people here, 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 come into this. I'm
Yeah.
just letting you know you have options because they do.
Right.
Right? Because if I don't tell them, somebody else is going to tell them. They're going to find out one way or another that this system is high level, right? And people are curious. They want to know about it. So I decided to do it that way.
Did you struggle with that in the beginning? I struggled with that in the beginning, like being outward with, you know, and I'm gonna say this because it's on my heart to say, but kind of egotistical because I wanted people to say this was my system. You
Yeah.
know, this is the system that I'm selling. I white labeled it and everything. And I think that it hindered me. And I think that it caused confusion and maybe some distrust. And so it kind of held my business back some
Mhm.
from doing that and doing that. How do you feel about that?
You know what? I can relate. I had that feeling. I've had those feelings where it's like, oh my goodness, I want people in this system because you take so much. Think about the time that it took for you to create your SaaS, right? It took time to go in and create all those things. It took time to brand it, to make it look really good, to get the
To
system
learn it.
to learn it, hello, right? And to do all those things. So of course you want people to be able to come in and experience the thing that you created. So absolutely, I felt the same way. But at the same time, it was just like, for me, it was I wanted I wanted out of the support because yeah,
Hmm.
I hire support people and they
Hmm.
quit. They would be like, I can't deal with your people. Like, and they were like, I work with high level people. Like I work with people, but they don't want to look, they don't want to search, they don't want to do anything on their own. And then my support people were hired to advise, like redirect, hey, if need more support, maybe you should do a done for you type thing. So it was like, my people, I think it's because the community that I have built and I have created, and cultivated is one of I give so much, right? I give so much and I give so freely from people. And they just really wanted that extension of me inside of that system. And that's not something that I could give. I just don't or didn't have the time to be able to do that level of support. And so it just didn't work out for me. And so I decided, yeah, no, I'm not going to do this. But I still have some people that will not leave. They're like, no, we're not leaving. And so they're just still paying. And I'm just like,
Hmm.
okay, they're not done for you. They're not one of my done for you clients that come in that way. They're not, I'm trying, and I told them, hey, this is high level. You can go. They won't leave. So I still have people, that are in there that are still paying, but they're like, but those are the ones that said, hey, I'm going to get in here. I'm going to figure it out. And they loved it. And they decided that they wanted to stay. And even though I've transitioned the system, so I went from Savvy Simple Funnels to now it's just Savvy Simple Systems, right? Which I don't have a sales page or anything on the outside. Again, everything comes in through the back door. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. I like that. I like that. I think as a consumer, that is better.
Yeah,
Like the people that's coming into it, because they need more than just the system.
they do.
They need more than just the software. And I think that's where people get it tripped up. If
Yeah.
you were starting all over again, like you were just introduced, Wayne, Mike just came to you, introduced you to Go High Level, what would you do differently? Or would you do anything differently?
Oh man, I would do so much differently. I would have started like I'm doing now. I would have never done it outward because it's just not, and I was so excited about it. Like I felt like, oh my goodness, this is going to be great. And then even honestly, still sometimes now I'm like, maybe I should, because I see how excited other people get when I do the demo calls. So I'm like, maybe I should, and I'm like, nope, Keisha, don't do that. We've been down that road. Let's keep it like this, girls. Keep it like
Right,
this. So,
right.
so I would definitely have done the back end way. I would have definitely done more of like now I do demos, I do consultations, I introduce to like my, one-on-one clients, that type of thing. I would do more so that than wanting to do like an outward SaaS. And to be honest, like the competition is crazy when you do it outward because not only are you competing with other people that have SaaSes, right? Like Mike, you're also competing with Kajabi. You're competing with High Level itself now. Nobody really knew about High Level when we first started this 3 years ago.
Right,
Everybody
right,
knows about High Level now. So it's like you're
right.
competing with the software itself at this point. And unless you are doing something whereas you're offering, I think, like the SaaS, and then also having some type of membership or something in there where you can really provide more of yourself. And that's the only thing that you're doing, then it would probably work. But for me, it's not my only thing. Right. And so it doesn't work for my business model.
Mhm. So, what advice would you give to someone just starting out with Go High Level?
Oh my goodness, what I would give if for somebody that's starting out for Go High Level, if you're going to start and create a SaaS, what I would recommend for you to do is be super niche. Decide what problem you solve. Don't try to sell the entire system because everybody's doing that. There's so many different systems that you're going to have to compete with. We got the ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is still a big thing, right? So we got the ClickFunnels, Kajabi, and then High Level itself. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're niching down based on your expertise, the problem that you solve. What does that look like, right? Is that helping people get clients, helping people get leads? If that is, I don't know, whatever it is, just make sure that whatever your specialty is, that's what you're selling on. You're selling the specialty of what you offer. And the system is just kind of like the bonus on how all those things work. Right? Don't try to sell people the entire system. They get so overwhelmed, right? And everybody already knows about High Level anyway. So sell based on your expertise. Make sure that it's niche and specific to call in that specific clientele. Yeah.
Um, Decided that I don't think that it is beneficial to small business owners or even larger corporations, because I work with some of them, to try and build this system on their own or go in and try to do it themselves. So I don't sell that aspect of it. Do you
Right.
agree with that?
Definitely agree with that. Yeah. If a company wanted to start up, or if somebody wanted to come and they wanted to start a SaaS today, I would definitely recommend not trying to do it on your own because it will take you forever. Hire somebody that can help you to get it up and running. Somebody that's in the system every single day. You can get up and running faster. Hire them to build and do all the things for you. So all you got to do is come in and pretty much learn how to use what's already built. Because trying to build it and learn how to use it, it'll take forever. Yeah.
So, with that being said, what do the people do who may not have the revenue spend right now? What are some things that they can do? Because my thought process with Go High Level right now at the stage that it's in, when I first started with it, I was just like, oh, this is nice, this is great, Now I feel like with the momentum that is happening within the company and just everywhere, this is going to be such a game changer. It's going to be so monumental. It's like game changing, life changing for people like us, and that kind of thing. So I don't think anyone should not consider it,
Right.
because like it's definitely an opportunity that you should not pass up. It's like, the beginning of the internet type thing. Like, get in there.
Yeah.
And so, but everyone may not be able to, afford to get someone to come in and build it up for them, or whatever the case may be. Do you have any suggestions on that?
Yeah, I would say if you cannot afford to have somebody to come in to build it up for you, you can definitely do it yourself, but give yourself some grace. Understand that this is not going to happen overnight. You are going to have your ups and downs. Go in with a goal, whatever that goal is. That's why I tell people, if you're going to do a SaaS, have a niche. You don't need to go in doing all the things, right? So what is your focus going to be? I have a young lady that is a virtual assistant that I was working with, and she decided to open her SaaS for social media management because it had the schedule in there. So she's managing social media inside of the SaaS, and she's bringing her clients into the platform just for the social media, right? But because she's a virtual assistant, of course, she can offer them other things, right? Like she can build out lead generation funnels and, sales funnels, and build out their memberships and courses. And so she's just starting with the one thing. And then based on what her clients needs, then she can say, hey, so you run a creative course? No problem. We have a course here. You don't have to go and get a whole nother platform. Let me show you what that looks like. This is what it looks like built out. Would you be interested? Yes, great. Pay for this. This is the investment. Great. Then I can go in and I can build it out in the system that you already have. Right. So start with the one thing that you're, and then go from there. Don't try to do all the things. Focus on that one thing that's going to bring you in the clients. And for her, the lowest hanging fruit was social media management. People hate managing their social media, right? Bring them into social media clients and then show them all the other things that the system can do.
So do you recommend when someone comes to you, you send them to Go High Level and no longer to your system?
Oh, no. So what I do is so what happens is when people either, because I'm always talking about high level. I tell everybody about it in every training. People ask me that's the main question I get. What system is best? Is this and that? And I tell them every system is the same, because pretty much they are now, right? You can use any system. It doesn't matter. Your success is not going to be based on a system. Your success is going to be based on your execution of whatever system.
Ooh, love it.
However, depending on where you are in your journey, what is it that you need? I'm never selling anybody high level that doesn't really need it, because I know that people get in there and they get so overwhelmed by everything that's in there. They feel like they have to use all the things. And so I'm really, honestly, I'm very, I guess, mindful of like who I have these conversations with. Like I tell everybody the system that I use, right? But then people are like, I'm interested. Really? Are you interested? Then I can do a demo. I do a demo every Monday. So every Monday I do a demo for an hour long, and I take people through high level. And then for the people that decide that they want to sign up, I share I give them the two options, right? So I tell them, hey, this is the high level system that I'm using. It took me a lot to kind of build this whole thing out, give them that whole spiel, the uptime, whatever. If you're looking to get up and running faster, then you can come into my system and you can use the sales pages and, the memberships and all that stuff that I just showed you that are already branded, that already have the stuff in it. So you don't have to worry about going in and then recreating this stuff yourself, right?
Right.
So out of 10 people will opt to come in to my system. But if they decide that they want to take, the high level option, then I say, okay, great, sign up using this affiliate link. And then let's work together over this period of time so that I can help you to get this going, right? So I started a community of people that are starting to use the high level system, that just want to use high level and don't want to come in my system, but they still need the support and stuff to get them through. So we go through a few different things. I recorded some videos like to get them up and going. So the first things that they need to set some things up. And then from there, I come in and I do a Q&A. I answer questions. I have a Telegram so people can ask me questions at any time to help people to kind of get through that gap, right? Because what I want them to do, of course, is to be successful in the system, but I don't want them to get overwhelmed. And I need them to do that within that 14-day window, right? And so with me being able to answer questions questions, them not getting stuck, taking them through different things, it helps them to see what the possibilities are. And it also helps them to be able to get their system up and running a little bit faster than they would, normally be able to. So, so I offer something like that.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Like whoever watches this, definitely take heed to what she's saying. And I did not introduce because we just got right to it. But I attended one of her Monday demos 3 years ago. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
And I was on the Savvy system. And that is how I was introduced to Go High Level through Lakisha. And so I want to just thank you and let you know that I appreciate it. And like if you and what it was I saw this Black woman
Mhm.
with this software and I was like, oh my God, that is so amazing.
Yeah.
And that day I signed up that day. Like I didn't have to think about it. It wasn't no, I was just like, baby, I want to, because I was a system, we have the same background, BA, all of that kind of stuff. So I was doing the back end stuff for my clients and I was like sending them to her,
Right.
rather than sending them to ClickFunnels and things like that.
Right.
So yeah, that's amazing. But what is your favorite feature right now?
Well, there's so many. I'm so excited that we now have audio in our blog. So now we can do podcasts. So I have been holding off on doing a podcast because I'm like, where am I going to put this audio? Now I can go forward because we can do audio. So I'm really excited about that. What else? Oh my goodness. Oh my God, the dashboards are so dope. I love that I can go in and make the changes to the dashboards. They're so dope. I love that they now have what is that other payment option? Square was really cool because a lot of people I think a lot of people got kicked out of Stripe.
Right.
People were really bummed
Yeah,
out about
Stripe is on one right there.
it. So
Beware.
yeah, so being able to have that additional payment system was really cool. People, because a lot of people are already using it anyway. So,
Mhm.
cool. Girl, I can go on and on. There's so many.
Okay, okay, like it's just like so exciting. And of course, it's always something new and there's always something changing, but I am like a bells and whistles type of girl and I like creative type stuff. So the brand board I haven't even played with them yet, but I cannot wait. And then community, because I love community. I'm a part of all the communities. I love to build communities.
Are you
And
using it right now for a real community? Do you have a community? How is that working? I have built one out, but I haven't started yet. And
I
so
absolutely love it. So
yeah.
I read a lot of romance novels for anyone who does not know. I have a Facebook group on Facebook for my book club.
Okay.
And what I did was it's like 4,200 people in there. And
Mhm.
so we have because I do a podcast for the book club where we talk about the books that we read,
Mhm.
right? And so what I did was I have exclusive content in the community. So
Nice.
if I interview an author
Mhm.
and I don't put it in the Facebook group, it's in there. So that gets people over to the community. But I've been using it since it started. I've never had like a huge issue with it, which is not used for business.
Right.
So, that may be why it's more like just fun. But yeah, I plan to do a lot more with it. But I'm building one out now for my virtual assistance course. So we'll
Oh,
see
nice.
how it goes.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And the portal is pretty cool too, right? Being able to have your courses and everything like in that portal is really dope. So I'm liking it. Yeah.
It
It's
is so fun. Never in a million years that I think that this type of stuff would like be fun to me. But it
Mhm.
is so much fun and just to get in there and play and to share it with others.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
because, if you're in business, especially if you're a small business owner, you're an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, to have all of these different softwares and systems that you're paying for, that you have to manage, that you have to remember the password for, all of those kinds of things. And it's like, the holy grail of all.
Of all things, of all things. I could remember having a WordPress site, lead pages, ConvertKit. I still have ConvertKit. I still love their emails.
Mhm.
Convert. Um, what else? Oh my God, you know, and all the other things. It was like just so many card. It was Sam Cart. Oh my God,
I
like
got
all
rid of everything. Like I don't have another system outside of God. I try anything that I can do. I was doing things before now. Now it's upgraded and they have a lot of functionalities in there. But I was trying to create things in there before they were
they was
before go high level there. I was trying to do my own thing, create different things behind the scenes. So yeah, I use everything for it, and it's just such an amazing system. And if anyone is interested in it, and learning about how to launch and sell their digital products, Lakisha is the one for you, honey.
oh, thank you
Because
so much. Thank
yes, and on Facebook, you do a lot of trainings,
you.
on there, and the demos and all of that stuff. And so, how can people get in touch with you?
You can find me on Facebook. That's like my home, right? So on Facebook, Lakisha Sarbah. You can look me up there. I also have a community on Facebook. It's called Canva, and was it called Canva Design and Marketing, right? So if you go look that up on Facebook, you'll be able to find that. So do a lot of cool trainings in there on Canva, on marketing, on systems, on digital products, just a lot of fun stuff.
Yes, yes, yes. And I look forward to networking more with you, Lakisha. I have a call on Wednesdays for all of the Black Girl in Her SaaS. That's the name of this podcast and YouTube channel. But where we just come and we talk and we congregate and share ideas and just like support, baby, because this is not easy.
It is not easy. Please send me an invite. I'd love to join you
I
on this.
will. I will. I will. So, but I thank you. I appreciate you so much for chatting with me today. And you have a great rest of your day. Thank you. All right.